people, my name is Mohini Dey, and you're watching my brand new talk show, What a Melophile Wants. I guess I should stop saying brand new because we just hit number 25 with this very episode. So I'm really excited, and I want to thank each one of you out there for showing so much love and support to my episodes, my talk show, my artists, and pat on my back for keeping the consistency. But it wouldn't have been possible without everybody else. Anyway, today's episode is really special because today I have with me someone who is a multi-instrumentalist and has been at the frontier of innovation in a diverse soundscape, having worked with legendary musicians such as Amit Trivedi, A.R. Rahman, Louis Banks, Gorgo Borlai, Marco Miniman, Zakir Hussain, etc., to name a few. There are a lot more. The list just keeps going on. He's someone that I've known for over 6 years or more, not sure. He's my partner in crime. He's my Takla and I'm his Takli. And we have worked together in different bands and kind of grown together in our individual journeys, He's one hell of a guitar player and a mastermind. It brings me so much joy to welcome this artist who is not only my very good friend but an incredible musician. Please welcome the incredible Rhythm Shah.
Hello.
Yay! Welcome, Radu.
Hi, what's up, Mohini?
All good. How are you? And is it a bit surreal getting interviewed by me?
Yeah, well, it's awkward because you always laugh. I don't know how it's gonna go through the whole time, but
true.
Yeah, it's amazing though. I mean, I'm really happy and I really
we actually
appreciate
don't
what you're
talk.
doing.
We only laugh all the time.
Correct. I mean, it's really less of words and more of ha 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 throughout and a lot of tears and everything.
Yeah, and fights as well, like random fights as well.
Yeah.
Fights, talks, less talks, more laughs, always joking around.
I mean, it has never been that one situation where we were really focused and polite or anything as such. I mean, it was always we could find something or the other which would make us laugh and the other people around us laugh because of us. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know everything.
Welcome to my show once
2
again,
minutes.
and it brings me so much pleasure. It's an honor to have you on my show. My episodes have been doing so well, and I thought of you, and I was like, let's have you. You've been doing such amazing work with so many other people. And we play with each other in our bands. Each other's bands, and we've played with so many different bands for different artists, and been in the same band and had so much fun. So I thought let's cover some of that, get to know the insides, and I'm sure people want to know what we think when we're making music or what we do when we are approaching towards a certain kind of music and all those kind of things. In my other episodes, I have taken up different subjects like such as development, evolvement, transformative individuality that happens through over the years, and I ask this to everybody, every artist, because it plays a huge part in our life, and I feel this restlessness and helplessness if I don't have this in my life. Like, I cannot imagine myself without this one thing, which is music. And it's the same for everybody else on this show, The reason why I named my show Melophile is because anybody who loves just music, you do not have to be a musician. You could be a sound engineer. You could be somebody in the lighting team. You could be somebody in the production team, anything. But somebody just loves music. So I want to know from you, what is music to you? And give us a little insight on how it happened to you, or did you consciously make that decision of doing music, at an early age? Because I know you started learning to play the guitar or tabla, I'm not sure, at the age of 3, which is something that I've read. And when we spoke a couple of times, you've told me. So give my listeners a little insight and tell my listeners, let's warm up a little bit and tell my listeners of how much weight does music hold in your life, and how did you get introduced to music?
Long question.
Well, I mean, it's just like what music means to you and how did it happen to you? Yeah.
See, the thing is, I belong from musical families just like you. So, I mean, I had to put a figure in it, which is 3 years old. But to be very honest, I don't really know when I started, because it just started at some point. Because being a part of a musical family, I mean, I had guitars everywhere lying around, so I was strumming whenever I could, and that were my toys, to be very honest. I didn't have cars or this or that to play with. I had guitars or other instruments to play with, and it was always very fascinating to hear what those different things sounds like. First time you hear how a string sound, really? I mean, how? All those questions. And Correct, and then you see a different kind of thing which sounds really big. I'm talking about tabla, and then a small thing. It sounds like in a pitch, and it has got so many other pitch in that small thing.
Yeah, so
So
many
all
different kinds of dynamics. Yeah.
correct, correct. I mean, so I think those were a few of the things which really fascinated me throughout. Still does,
Yeah.
and I think that's what we are searching for every single day or moment when we
Right.
are touching our own instrument in a way that
Right.
how can we make it better and what can we get
Yeah.
from it. I mean, we are
True.
finding every day, something or
True.
the
True.
other. So I
Yeah.
think that's how it started, and that's why I can't tell it that I consciously made that decision of
It just
being an
happened.
instrument musician. Yeah, it just happened, and after a
Did
point, I
your
didn't
did your
know.
dad have any plans with you? Like he wanted you to be a musician or something like that?
Oh man, can't tell you. I mean, he forced me to practice for so many years.
Same. Same.
Oh, I mean, that's what. So,
I think every
for
Bengali family has that.
yeah, true. I mean, it's also because it's very cultural in here,
Yeah.
and every parents thinks that their son or daughter needs to be uh, like
Somewhat
inclined
related to
towards
music.
music
Yeah.
somehow or the other. You
Yeah.
learn music in terms of an instrument, so to say sarod, sitar,
Yeah.
tabla, guitar, whatever. You
Something.
dance,
Or
you
you
want to
sing.
sing.
Yeah.
Correct, correct. You have to be, other than
Yeah.
academic studies and everything, you have to be a part of this world too. So I
Right.
think, but yeah, when it comes to my dad, as he's a professional musician, he knew
Right.
that I want to make my son the
Right.
things which I couldn't do. Like he used to say that because at that point of time, I don't think we
Right.
had YouTube or
You didn't
other
have so
source
many
where I could
platforms. Yeah.
correct even to learn properly.
Even to learn
I mean,
properly.
we get so much information from the social
Yeah.
media these days. What
Everybody
is
in the
correct? What
past,
is
they're all
incorrect?
self-taught. Yeah.
Correct. So, I mean, for from that perspective, I think my dad was like, no, I have to teach him the right things, and I should always lead him and guide him to the right direction. So, I think that's how it started, and for many years, it was very, very strict. I mean, it's still strict. My dad never says good about me in
Yeah,
front of me.
I'm. Let me stop you there. I'm sure, like he still says, and this is my dad also. Like even till date, now also he'll be like, practice korichish.
Correct. By
Practice
the way,
korichish.
guys, that's like, did you practice?
Yeah,
Did you practice enough? Be
yeah.
like,
He করলি
yeah,
আজকে?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how it was till quite a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get locked inside a room. I mean, when I used to practice tabla, it used to be so funny, man. If I think about it now, because you
Yeah.
know about the incense sticks, right?
Yeah.
Agarbatti and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he used to buy the worst one, like the one you can get,
Oh.
like the worst one. What it does is, it burns for longer time.
Oh shit.
Okay, and my practice schedule was I can't go out of the room until it finishes. So I have to
Oh
stick
my god.
and play till it finishes from start to the bottom. And that was my schedule for I don't know how many years. And
Oh
I used to
lord.
hate him for that.
Oh
But I love
lord.
him. I love him. I mean,
Yeah.
because of him, I think because of your dad, because of my dad, I think
We
what we
are
are
who we
doing
are.
now, yeah, it's because of them. Because I mean, if he didn't
Definitely.
really, I mean, my mom, my sister as well, like the way they kind of
Yeah. I mean, I
pushed
know
me.
like a lot of people would be like, oh, that's a harsh way. That's a very hard way of, teaching somebody or teaching a kid, and all that. Which is true. But then, you need that kind of kick. You need that kind of
Yeah,
beating.
I
To know
yeah,
what you
okay,
can do, because only because they are elders and they are more aware and more educated of in terms of life experiences, they can see from far away that this guy or this girl has that fire and he or
correct,
she will do something.
correct,
And
correct.
we don't know that at that tender age. We don't know that. We
We don't
just are
understand
doing
it
it
yet.
because somebody's making us do it.
But
Or just
after a
trying to.
point, it helps so much because you did
Absolutely.
for so many years, like some exercises and stuff like that, which you hated for so many years. But then
Yeah.
after a point, you're
It
like
makes
you can pick
sense.
everything. You
Yeah.
understand music, and then you can already play something without even knowing what it is because we are
Absolutely.
ready. Our muscle memories have those information which we needed,
Yes.
which
Yes.
later on people really get. I mean, when I get calls from, let's say, some people who are like who wants to learn now, who are elderly to me,
Yeah.
and they're like, how do I start and what do I need to do? They're already kind of distracted in many other ways,
Yeah.
which we
Because
were
they
not.
learned it their way.
Correct. And then to unlearn and relearn, That's a
It's
whole
hard.
new process which
Yeah,
is difficult.
that's very difficult.
So that way I really want to thank our parents who really made us like,
Yeah.
you do this, you
Yeah.
shut
Or
up and
else I will slap you.
or else I'll see you,
Or
like,
else I'll shove that agarbatti up your ass.
no, no, not that much, but yeah.
You know what I mean. I'm kidding.
Correct. So I think, yeah, well, it was a fun journey till now, and I'm pretty sure it'll be even more fun
Yeah.
till the time we can have that.
Yeah, and then it comes to a point. There is this other phase where we have this maturity and sense of understanding when we start enjoying and playing our instrument like the way we want to, and there's this phase where we are like, oh shit, I'm not getting it, bam.
Correct, correct, correct. It happens all
And
the
then
time.
we're hitting ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I became emotional so many times I can't tell you, Moini. I mean,
Yeah, same,
I
same.
was trying to play something and I couldn't play and I started crying. you know,
I've
it
cried
was
so
so
many
fun.
times in front of
Oh,
Ranjit uncle. My God, like, cause
correct.
he was
Yeah,
like he used to push me a lot, and even my father. And my father was really good friends. They were really good friends with each other. And one day my dad took me to him, and that's when I started playing with him. And that was like an eye opener for me because I was only playing with myself and then playing with another musician.
correct,
That
correct.
too, a
It's a
drummer like
different thing.
him. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry, what is
What?
that? What? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then there were times where I could not feel strong. I was feeling weak and I was feeling like, I failed and I'm not able to do this. And there was like, I could feel a rock. I could feel like I'm stuck. And that's the worst feeling. And I would cry so much. I'd be
I
like,
know.
Uncle, I can't do this. Oh my God, I don't know what to do.
Correct, correct, correct. I know I had been through those situations many times, and I'm being a student of Pandit Kumar Bose. I can touch my ears, but yeah. But the thing is, I mean, he was another strict teacher.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, can't tell you, man, the stories I heard or saw rather, which was, oh man. I mean, that also kind of made me
Tell us
practice
one.
more so that
Tell
I
us one.
don't be in that spot ever.
Right. Tell us
To get
one.
Man, I remember once where a student was playing and he couldn't play on time. So he asked his student who was sitting the back of this guy who was actually playing and showing the lesson,
Yeah.
and asked him to beat him on time and beat him to the death, like so that he really understands it. He
Right.
really tried, and it was like louder than what he was playing. So bam, bam happening, huh? And he couldn't still play it on time. So
Right.
it was. I mean, I didn't know what to do, and I was like, "What's wrong?" I mean, someone's beating in front of the teacher, and someone's trying to play. He
Right.
still couldn't play. So after that, my Guruji was okay. Ask him to come here. Ask him to take the tabla this side. Let me beat him.
Hmm.
That happened.
Ooh.
So he sat and Guruji was at the back, and
Yeah.
then he was giving those chops, man. Man,
Yeah.
I can't tell you, that whole room was fucking buzzing. Like, I don't know how to say that,
I
but
don't know if your dad did this to you, but one time I remember I did not do my homework, like the lesson he gave me, and I did not do it. And he didn't send me to school the next day. And I was quite happy about it. But then he
yeah,
was like, yeah, you will not go to school for the next 1 week. But then I'm like, what do I answer to my teachers? Like, because academics that time, you're always told, like, as a kid, that, oh, that is important, you have to do this on the side, no matter what you're doing, you have to do this on the side. But yeah, so fun. Yeah, like, I feel
yeah.
like every Bengali family has their own way of dealing with kids and dealing
Correct.
with, like, it's
I
a
mean,
different
every
culture
family to be,
altogether.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely, definitely. But
yeah,
yeah, it helps at a point, definitely.
yeah,
I mean, for
absolutely.
at least sons and daughters and people like us who really wants to do this and take this
Yeah,
professionally as a
I mean,
career.
that
I
understanding
think
came much
exactly,
later. That
definitely, but they see
did
that
you
at
go
a
to
point,
movies with your friends?
and I
No.
can't tell you,
Did
I
you
didn't
go to
have much
shopping with
friends.
your friends? No. Even I mean, I still don't. Like, I today still don't.
Yeah,
But
I
even
think I
back
have the same
then,
passion.
yeah, back then also, like, I was not allowed to have any friends, first of all. Like, friends as in just notebook exchange. That's all. That's
Right.
friends.
I mean, I was allowed to have friends, but the thing is, the kind of teaching which I was getting from my own house all the time, 24/7, kind of made me different in a way. You know
Right, right.
that, no, I mean, no, I would rather practice. No, I have to achieve that. I have to be better
Yeah.
at this. No, I have to
Yeah.
practice tabla. I have a gig. I have a competition. So all these other things kind of had so
Occupied
occupied my
your
space
whole
so
day.
much
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
don't really
same.
think of going
Or
to
I'd
your
say,
friend's
or
place.
I'd put, or I would say, our parents made sure that our days were occupied.
Yeah, 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 of course, of course. They had the right plans like before we
Yeah,
took
yeah,
birth.
yeah,
Yeah, they already
exactly.
made it like somewhere.
Yeah, there must be like some rule book or something.
Correct. I mean,
But
it
tell
so
me something.
happened. Ah, tell
Yeah.
me. Sorry.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it so happened that I got to know from my mom. When I was born, under my pillow there were a staff notation book and lot of plectrum.
Whoa!
So I don't know
Crazy!
how small I was, maybe this much, but
I
still I
know!
had those things coming up in
Great!
my head.
So cute.
So yeah,
So
yeah, that's how it started. So you can't
my God. Crazy,
take a
crazy.
diversion, I think, after
Okay,
that.
crazy.
So
Tell me something. When did you know? So, when you were in that learning process with your dad, when did you know that you were becoming this good player, like this pro player? And when did you decide that you want to do this for your life, like professionally?
you know what happened after a point. I mean, when as we talked about it already, that till a
Yeah.
certain point we were forced to do something, right?
Yeah.
There was that, I don't know if it was a month or like a day or a week or something.
Yeah.
It so happened that suddenly you understand what you're doing, and when you're seeing that things are getting better, you are getting motivated at the same time,
Yeah.
because you can play something and you're getting happy, which means you're actually getting impressed by yourself
Yourself.
and getting motivated, because if you do it for more few hours, you'll actually play it 10 bpm faster. I
Yeah.
think those were those
Makes you
times which,
smile.
yeah, I think those were the smile times which really made you smile, and you worked hard even more.
Yeah.
And then it so happened that you start listening to different kind of songs, and you already understand them.
Correct.
See, I mean, the things which we don't understand, we don't like it.
Right.
So to
Right.
like, we have to understand it.
Yeah.
And the things which I was understanding at that point of time, and I could pick it up, I was already so happy that I could play along with those songs, or and I
Right.
could have fun. So
Right.
I think those small steps which happened from that time onwards,
Right.
I think I decided, no, this is the shit,
This is
man. This
it.
is what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do for rest of my life, because I can do it. I don't have
Right.
to
You
try
do.
something else to get better at. I can only
Correct.
do this and get better.
Yes.
And betterment again doesn't have any goals. It just goes ever
Yeah.
and ever, because it's an
And
art
you
form.
will never feel that you've achieved something, and you will
Correct.
never feel that you're at success or you're doing something very very big, because for us, like every step we step on, it's like a big thing.
Correct.
Everything,
Correct.
every
Correct.
person that we play with or every project that we're doing, it's something new, and we only take it up because we want to.
And it's
which
also
you
like a challenge.
which
Yeah.
and you made that point very well, where you said that you wanted to, it made you feel good, and that's why you wanted to do it,
Correct.
and that
Correct.
understanding came, fortunately to us, it came much
Much
earlier
earlier.
in our very tender age.
Correct, correct. And
Yeah.
those are the times when you're not busy with your phone, or you have something else to think of. So
Yes.
you have a lot of time just to do that and be focused.
Yeah,
So I think,
absolutely.
yeah, those were like, I mean, I really want to thank our parents that way, that they chose
Yeah,
us
absolutely.
to really do that. And we
Yeah,
kind of
I should do an
did.
episode with just my dad and your dad.
Oh, that's going to be
That'll
fun.
be fun. For people out there who don't know, my we didn't actually know this. Ridu and I, when we became friends with each other, we actually didn't know that our parents,
Well, friends, yeah.
our dads were actually really good friends.
I mean, I heard from my dad that they used to play football and all in half time
Football,
back in
yeah,
the
in
day.
half pants, yeah. We had no idea,
Correct.
and I
And
think
actually, we got to know about that much later. And
much
then it was like,
later.
what? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Ridu and I started talking to each other probably over 7 years ago. I think it's been
Yeah.
like 7 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I saw one of his video on YouTube, and he also kind of knew me through that same, platform, and we kind of knew each other, but we never reached out to each other.
Correct.
I think one time you messaged me, and then because of our flooded messages in our message box, I saw that message much later, like almost a few weeks later, and then
I
I
think it
messaged
was,
saying that,
yeah, correct.
And I message back saying that I message back, message in a way, messaging that I'm messaging you for the first time, not knowing that you
Exactly.
had already messaged me, you know.
Correct.
So I'm
Correct.
writing a new message. I'm like, hey, hi Ridu, this is Mohini here. I came across your video, and it'll be so nice to kind of, talk and play with each other. So let me know, like that, something
Correct.
like that. I
Correct.
don't
Correct.
remember. But
So
and then
yeah.
I hit the send button and I see your message. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Okay, then we are already
Yeah,
friends.
we're already friends. And then we started doing video calls to each other and getting to know all our parents' stories,
Correct. Correct.
much
Correct.
later. But then
Much
we started
later.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
mean,
at
I
first,
think
we
the
were
first
only
few
talking
video calls we did were only about music, and we
only
were
about
playing
music. Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
correct.
he was
What you do
teaching
and
me a
what you
lot
get.
of Bengali and a lot of slangs, a lot of baje
Come
kotha.
on.
Yeah. I still
That's what
am
friends
learning
do.
actually. Yeah. Oh God. Crazy, crazy,
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
old memories.
Yeah,
Um,
correct, correct. We go
I
long
want
back.
to ask you, what was that first big turning point in your life? What was that big thing that happened to you in your life, which kind of made you open all these other doors?
Uh, uh, I think definitely one thing which helped me to focus and be more into this uh, independent scene, I would say. I mean,
Really?
was when I got a call from Peter Finger from Germany, who wanted to
Okay.
do my acoustic album and produce it there. So
Okay.
I won a competition in Bangalore, and he was the judge there.
Okay.
And then he told me in the after party that he really wanted me to do the album, and he wanted to record it, and he wanted to produce it and then do some
Oh, this
stuff.
is that competition that you were
Happened
in
in
with
correct,
the other guitar players, some guitar contest or something.
correct in
Yeah.
Bangalore,
Ah, right.
International Guitar Night,
Correct,
something like that.
correct. Yeah.
So I won that, and then he talked about that, and I was, every first time you think like, okay, maybe this is another just talk and it'll never
Yeah.
really happen. But I was kind of positive and was thinking if it happens it'll be great. And
Okay.
next morning I get a mail from the company itself that they already planned a tour for me, and they
Wow.
already planned my schedule for how and when I'll be recording in Germany, and my whole acoustic album, and what they have
Yeah.
planned, my photo
That's
shoot and
amazing. So
everything
they were
there.
really proactive towards you.
Super proactive, and I had to finish my whole album, my opening act album, the acoustic album, which came
Right,
out from
right,
2015.
right,
I did it in like 3-4 months, I guess, and then went there, recorded the whole thing, and started touring.
very
And
nice.
then I did like, I think, two tours like that, in which I had played 28 concerts in 28 days, and
Right.
had great CD sales. And that's when you get that motivation that, yeah,
Correct.
I'm doing my music and people are appreciating. 28 gigs, there are so many people coming to watch you, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
giving you a good positive vibe back, and they
Totally.
want second album and stuff like that. So I
Right.
think that was one big major point which changed the way I think about music and my own music, because
Hmm.
you get that appreciation and you think like there are
Yeah.
people
You
still alive
start
who
kind of
really want.
enjoying that attention and that spotlight, and that
Correct,
pushes you to do better.
correct. And
Yeah.
also the other thing is being when I moved to Bombay,
Right.
definitely
Oh,
playing
that
with
is
the.
another story. Hold on. Don't jump.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
That's
okay.
another story. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Since
Rule
you've
book.
already started talking about it.
No, you can ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I will not talk.
I was gonna ask you that much later, but then.
No, let's do it much later.
No, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I can ask you that later. I want you to tell my listeners what made you move to, what made you have this move from Calcutta to Mumbai. Because most of the people who are starting to think they want to move out of their city and do something, especially in a city like Bombay, because Bombay is like the workplace and like the musical city. The Bollywood
Right,
is here and everything. It's like the if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. There's a saying in here,
right, right.
what made you have this confidence in you, and what made you make up your mind that no, you want to come to Mumbai?
Well, my dad's always said one thing: try to start your career from where you think you'll be staying or you'll be growing from there.
Right.
So that's why I never really thought of starting my career in Calcutta. That's why I never really played any gig or anything as such. And my
Yeah.
dad was like only taking me to places where it's a good gig and there's like a proper feature and everything, I'm playing my own solo concert. That's it. No playing with other people as such and all
Right,
that
right.
stuff.
So he
So
protected you really well. Same,
throughout.
same. My God, parents, no shit.
Yeah, yeah. So they had those plans, and I never did that. But then I remember, I met Ranjit uncle in the
Hey,
fourth dimension
one
gig.
tight slap I'll give you.
Wait, let me tell you. You want
No,
to only know about you or what? Let me
no,
tell you.
you're jumping now. I
No, no,
want
no.
to
Let
know.
me tell you. No, no, no. Let me tell you.
Okay, say.
Listen to
Come on,
it. Don't
come,
interrupt.
come. Say, say.
Come on, you are
This is
so
my show.
impatient.
This is my show.
But I'm the artist here today. I'm your guest.
Yo,
You're the
but I
host.
know the answers. Yo, I know the answers though. You're
Someone
like
knows more
very
than me of
smartly.
my own life. No,
Yes,
listen
because
to
I was
me.
a part of your life that time. I was talking to you when you were like confused, like,
Correct,
more should I move
correct,
or not? You know?
correct.
Yeah.
No, so I think it happened before that. Let me tell you. This happened before we really started talking over video calls.
Really?
Fourth dimension gig. Do you know about
Ah,
that?
in Calcutta. Yeah, I know that.
Correct.
I know that. You told me.
Yes, but I think we started talking after that,
After
right
that.
after.
Yeah, after
Correct.
that.
So
Yeah,
I'm
because
telling
he
you
told
on the
you
right
must come to
way.
Mumbai.
Come on.
It's funny because there is a similar story with my dad because my dad in those days and back in the days when Ranjit uncle came with Carl Peters in Calcutta, they were performing and my dad was there, to watch them. And he comes up on stage and he says, "Hi, Carl. I'm a bass player." And then Uncle Carl was like, "Hey, play something," And my dad started playing, and then Ranjit uncle saw him, and they became friends, and they were like, "You must come to Mumbai." And so your story was kind of
Correct.
similar to
Correct.
that.
No, so what happened with me was I remember Sambit. Sambit took me
Um,
to so Sambit was actually being the tech guy of Ranjit Uncle and I was kind of being the tech guy for John McLaughlin.
hmm.
So it was the fourth dimension gig
Oh, you
and
were the techie there for John
kinda
McLaughlin.
on stage
Wow,
like trying to just see
too
what's
good,
happening and everything.
too
That's
good.
where I'm yeah, so that's what happened and that's
Yeah.
where I met Ranjit uncle for the first time. And after the gig I said, yeah, hi, this is Rhythm Shah, and I think I no, I didn't think anything. I just said, yeah, it would be lovely to play with you. I play guitar and everything. And then he was like, what? I
No,
think I heard your name.
I thought you were gonna say, "I think you should have me in your band."
Yeah, straight up. You don't need Ron McLaughlin. I think you need that will be the nightmare. Yeah,
Yeah.
end of my career.
Ranjit
No.
uncle. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Show
Okay.
it to me, boss. No, but the funny part was, and he said, "Oh, I think I heard you. I think I heard you playing. I think I heard it from Mohini."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, really? Oh, that will be so cool to actually play with you." And I'm so thankful to Mohini to mention and take my name to you. And
Right.
that's when I got to know that you mentioned him about me.
Yeah.
And I still remember that was the entry master song which I sent to you or
So,
something, or you
yes,
heard it
so
and
we
you
had
sent that.
already started talking. So we had already started talking, but not on video calls. We were just texting
Correct.
each other.
Yeah,
And
not
you sent
much.
me some of
Correct.
your music, and I would send some of my music.
Correct. So that's
And
what happened, and I didn't know
yeah,
about it. So,
yeah.
and then he was like, so I actually came to Bombay.
Yeah.
The first thing was, no, after that, I think yeah, he said, okay, definitely. I mean, I really love your playing, and it'll be great to actually play with you. And we don't have much musicians like you.
Yeah.
So it'll be great to I mean, play together with
In a
the
band
music
with
the
more
kind
movement.
of music we do.
Yeah.
So, and after that, we started talking.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
started talking over video calls and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, we spent a lot of time together that way in
Yeah,
terms of
so I think I told you on one of the video calls that we had once, and I said to you that Ritu, don't think about it. Just come here, and I'll take
correct,
you to Uncle, and we'll just play, and I'm sure he'll think of something. And
correct,
I'm
correct.
sure once you stay here, everybody will want you.
So, guys, everyone, it was Mohini who actually helped me out a lot in so many ways to from move from Kolkata to Bombay. To be
No,
very
because I
honest,
believed in you. I
correct.
believed in you a lot,
He
and
sent
I
my
just
music. Hmm.
yes, I just believed in you so much, and the player that you were that time, and I just knew that if you are here, lot of, you will make something, you will kind of create this new era, you'll create like a new zone of guitar players and new community, and I think you would make a change, because at the end of the day, as musicians, I feel, what I believe is, even being a bass player, I feel like, more than being a bass player, I'm just looking forward to have good times and good work with people and good communication, good conversations, and good hang at the end of the
Correct,
day.
correct. Of course,
And
of
I
course.
just thought like you being here would give music industry a different kind of outlook, because you had a different style of playing, and
Correct.
when I stepped into the industry, I had a different voice, and that kind of changed a lot of things. It kind of made waves, and I knew that you would make waves too.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I really appreciate the way you took my name and mentioned to some really important people in Bombay.
yes, yeah,
So,
and you came,
thank
and then
you.
he came
And
for
then,
my
yes,
listeners
I
out
mean,
there.
correct.
And he came, and then
It was
because we were
actually,
so young,
yeah, true,
so young,
true. The
he
first time
came,
I
and
met
then
you was at Ranjit Uncle's studio
studio,
to
yeah, yeah, we
rehearse.
we came
Yeah,
separately, and we met in the studio, and we
correct,
started
correct.
playing together, and then speaking to uncle, and we became really good friends, maybe
Yeah,
because
true.
of the Bangali tan was also there,
I
that's
mean, it
why,
was because of that, and also because of the playing and
also because of
how
the
we could
playing,
actually
we
be
were
happy with
gelling
each
well.
other's playing.
Yes,
Exactly. I mean,
yes.
there was no such
And very
moments that
appreciative
no,
towards
yeah,
each other, very
correct,
appreciative towards each other, and very grateful,
yeah,
thankful. These are very important qualities that one must have before stepping into any kind of industry, because if you're not a good person, your music will not be good.
yeah,
That's
definitely,
that's
and it
that's
shows in
key.
your playing.
It
Exactly.
shows in your playing.
So
And
I
then
think,
we
yeah, that's
play
what.
gigs,
Yeah, true. I mean, I think that was the first gig we played, which was Palm
which was
Expo.
Palm Expo, I think. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Uh,
Was that the first show?
yes, I think that was the first gig we did together.
Yeah.
Or
No,
yeah, it
I
was
think
Palm
we
Expo.
did
It
a
was
club
Palm
show.
Expo. No, it was Palm Expo first,
Really?
and then we did something. Then we
Some
did a
club
lot,
gigs,
which I
yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's what I mean. I remember. I mean,
And then
Ranjit
the
uncle
next thing
called
you're
me.
like, and then the next thing you're like, Mo, can you help me out with the invoice? I don't know how to
Yeah,
make invoice.
I had no idea what to even
So then
do.
I would like mail him my default invoice, and I was
Correct,
like, do
correct,
এটা কর, এরম করে, এরম.
correct, correct.
It
And
was
how
so,
much should I put there?
yeah. Well, how much should I put?
Yeah, all
But
these things happened. I mean, yeah, so it was Ranjit uncle who called me again. I remember that he wanted me to play on his album. I think it was
he
still
took you
Baraboom.
under his wings, yeah.
Correct, correct. And then he was like, he called me again after 5 minutes and he said, "You know what? Do you want to play with A.R. Rahman?" Huh?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even come to Bombay yet. And again, I heard that you also,
I
put
was
my voice
already playing with
on his
AR,
ears
and I
and
had
everything.
mentioned to AR about you actually.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So I think all these things kind of happen at the right time. As we all know, to
Yeah,
be
it's
very honest,
funny.
there are
It's very,
things which only clicks when it's happening on the right time.
you can make the moves, but then it's not, there's no assurity or guarantee that it's going to happen. It's just that
Correct.
you have to just keep trying. You just got to
Correct,
keep
correct. So
trying
I
and
think
have
that was the right time where I actually didn't try so much, but just because I had the
good
right
people
people
around,
in my
surrounding,
messenger or Facebook or in my
surrounding. Yeah.
community,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I mean that's what I didn't have much friends. So
I'll
the
tell
people
you
I
what
had.
happened. I'll tell you what
Hmm.
happened. I was gigging with AR, and he had this habit. He would always do this. AR would always do this. Like during the sound check, he'd come up to me and he'd be like, "What's going on? What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I have a gig with Rhythm Shaw. He's a guitar player, and I'm playing with this and that and blah blah blah." Like a couple of bands that I was like, "Oh, okay, nice." Then I had a video of you on my phone, so I was like, "Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy." It's like, "Oh, who's that?" Because he asked me, "Who's that?" Probably uncle also must have mentioned at some point. That's why it kind of like rang, in his
Correct,
head. But
correct.
yeah, so that was your
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
big
that was
move.
how. Yeah, correct. That was how I started my career. To be very honest, which
Yeah.
was five years back.
And
Before
then
that,
you
it was
ended up
only
playing with
practice.
so many other people. That opens you a
Yeah.
lot of doors.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, you just have to keep your mind and whatever open. Like
Yeah, you
just
gotta
let
be
things
open.
come in,
Yeah.
challenge you, try to deal with it, learn
Yes.
from it, and
Right.
get better at it. Yeah, that's what.
Right. Are you that kind of person who likes to warm up until an hour before the show starts, or are you that kind of person who does not touch your instrument after the sound check?
To be very honest, I'm not that guy who does warm ups.
Yeah, not anymore.
Uh, yeah. Well, to be very honest, I only used to do warm ups when I was playing classical concerts
Really?
because that really needs a lot of flexibility and stuff. Because there's no band, there's only
Right.
you sitting,
You
and
kind of leading.
yeah, it's only you. And the other thing is, I remember when I used to play those competitions and stuff, all the judges from Europe, from everywhere else, they always had this thing that they don't want mic at
Oh,
all in a big auditorium. So they're sitting
really?
in the center of the auditorium, which is far away, and you only have your guitar, and there is nothing to amplify you.
Oh,
So you
crazy.
really have to be warmed up so that you can play with your dynamics and everything. So I think
Right.
that was the only time when I was actually warming up
Yeah.
to play something
Right. Right.
in a concert,
Right.
but or in a competition. But other
Yeah.
than that, for electric guitar and stuff, I think the first song is always like my warm up song.
It's so funny. Like so, a lot of people journeys are so different, and everybody's so different in their own way. Like I was talking to Salim the other day, and he's like,
Correct.
"I love sound check." He loves sound checking. Even after the sound check is over, like he just loves
Yeah.
playing until the show starts. Like he's
Correct.
that kind of person who
Correct.
just loves to play until the show starts. And then on the other hand, there were so many other musicians like Gary Willis and like Nathan East, and they would be like, sound check is the warm up, and that's it. Like after that, we don't touch our instruments. And
Correct.
I think I've come to a point for the past 3 or 4 years, I've become that person who does not like to touch the instrument after sound check because I feel
Mm.
like there's the subconscious nature which starts planning things. They're like, oh, I gotta do that, like I do this well, so I have to initiate that in my playing. And when you don't play, and I think it happens to you also, like when we're at home and we don't play for a couple of days and then we hold our instrument, something new comes out because there is no subconscious nature that time. There is just empty. It's just empty, and you're just doing and picking up all the things that you kind of experience during those days, and you're putting that out of your instrument.
Correct.
So I think
There's no
that's beautiful.
expectation. Yeah.
There's no
So
expectation, there's nothing that you're looking forward to. it's
correct.
just it's just you're letting your instrument speak to you in a way.
Straight up. I mean,
Yeah, straight
without
up.
any, yeah. I mean, see, with the sound check thingy, I would say that I'm playing with I mean, Amit Trivedi for
Amit
quite
Rhythm.
a, yeah, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some 3 4 years now.
yeah, yeah.
So the sound checks for the last 2 years maybe were really long, were
They're
like
really
3 4 hours
Oh,
to
wow.
do everything, this, that, and all that
Yeah,
stuff. But later things got much quicker, much faster. Everyone is like,
yeah,
they know what to do, they know how to check their thing, not
yeah.
to overplay or
They
not to
improved.
underplay.
Everybody's, yeah,
So even
yeah,
with the time,
yeah.
bam, you are done, set, all good
Right.
with the ears, with
Correct.
every other musicians. And then we would
Yeah.
just check
Another
one
thing, like,
song.
if it's the same sound engineer and if it's the same, like, the house
Correct.
team, then they
Correct.
carry the DIs and they won't mess up
it's
the,
it's only
levels.
us, let's say 10 people on stage, but it's 20 people who are actually making us
Us
our lives
sound
better.
good. Making us sound good in a way
Yeah, exactly. So I think when you have that kind of a team, which I mean, we had a great time in AR Rahman's gig too.
as
uh,
well. Yeah.
as a team, when you have that
Yeah.
core band
Very
members who are
systematic.
like,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. Once you
Yeah.
have those kind
Yeah.
of members, things are much easier and simpler, because if
Absolutely.
anything gets wrong, you like know what's wrong and you can just fix it. But the thing
Absolutely.
is, for a lot of people who find something wrong but they don't know what wrong is,
Yeah.
so then
And
to
then they don't
find
know
what
how to
is wrong,
handle it. Yeah.
exactly, they don't know what happened first,
They don't know
and
the
then once
technical
they
side.
find it, they don't
Yeah.
know what to do about it. So
Yeah.
I think those, I mean, you just need to get better and educate
And
yourself
I
with
think it
your
all comes with
particular stuff.
experience.
Correct,
The
correct,
the more errors and trials you do, the more you inform yourself.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. You have more information within you, and that helps you to get through
Yeah.
everything.
You learn with people around you, you learn
Correct, correct.
thing or the other.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. For a touring musician, practice routines are so different from person to person. Again, I know you don't practice anymore, even I
Correct.
don't. But
I mean,
for us, like now, all the projects that we get, like that's literally
practice.
our kind of practice. It's like the creative ideation. I think that's like a mental practice.
Correct,
Um, Always trying to do something different.
correct.
What has been the biggest challenge that you've faced as a growing musician?
Um, well, I don't know. Maybe this is not related to music at all, but see, I belong from Calcutta, right?
Right.
And the system here is very different. It's
Very
very
different.
cultural. But
Yeah.
when you go to Bombay, it's very different in terms of very business minded. Things are
Professional.
just cut to the thing, very professional and a lot of work. You don't know how to manage everything,
Yeah. It's like
and
bam, 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 bam. There's no
yeah, I mean,
time in
in this,
between.
I mean, I did like some 4 or 5 sessions as well in a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So I mean, things like that how you keep yourself,
Yeah.
because it all
It was
depends on
different
you
for
at
you.
the
It
end
was
of
kind
the
of
day.
challenging to get used
Correct.
to the,
It was not the playing which really mattered
yeah.
at all that
It's
way.
just
I
the
could
style,
actually
the
just get into
lifestyle of
everything,
Bombay.
the
Yeah.
lifestyle, and then how I become. I mean, I'm a very dependent guy, to be very honest. Not now
Really?
anymore.
Okay.
5 years back, I mean,
Uh,
before that, I mean, my mom rather would get
yeah.
me a glass of water, would get me everything, would do
Yeah.
everything for me.
Food ready. Everything's ready. You just do your
So
practice. Yeah.
correct. I was only inclined to what I want to do, which is music, and I was
Yeah.
just putting my time on that. But then,
Right.
after I moved to Bombay, everything was so difficult to do every single thing from cooking, or maybe I had cooks and everything, but then at least to
But that was
have.
much later. I remember, like in the start, you were cooking yourself, and you were
Yeah,
sending
I
me pictures
tried.
of like, oh, mom, I made spaghetti.
Yeah, I remember. And then the first time I was trying to cook, everything was turning to black. I didn't know what I'm cooking. So all those things, and then to try to get your clothes washed, electricity
Laundry,
bill,
yeah, electricity bill,
this bill, that
cleaning up
bill,
the house, yeah,
exactly, invoices, how to do that, and take care of everything, take
yeah,
care of my income tax, take care of, I mean, all these things came
everything,
right at
savings,
one point,
yeah,
when you don't. So I think that was something which was very challenging for me at the beginning, when I moved to Bombay, because
good,
that was
good
also
answer,
affecting my music in a way, because I was stressed.
right.
So music also does affect when you're stressed. It
Absolutely,
just
absolutely. No matter
something.
how much a person says that, I keep my personal life and professional life separate, which I know, like,
Yeah.
technically you mean that, but whatever you're experiencing emotionally, it's gonna affect you
Correct. It
musically.
does. I mean, I'm pretty sure at some level
It
it
just
does.
does. It
So I
just
think,
does.
yeah, that was something I was kind of coping up with for quite some time, and I got way better
Yeah, but
now.
I feel like once you kind of come to a stage where you cannot mess up and you cannot show any of that, you end up learning and portraying yourself in such a way to not show anything. You end up
Correct.
being good at hiding, and putting like
Yeah.
a fake
Yeah.
face, putting like a mirror in front of
Or
you.
rather, I mean, you'll try to do something with the other side and try to make that better so that you
Yeah,
perform
so
better
you
with
can
the.
yeah, but mentally it's like you're ending up covering that up so
I
that you
mean, being
don't end up
professional,
showing.
to be
Yeah,
very
being
honest.
professional. Yeah,
That's I think
yeah,
how we do it.
yeah. Yep. We're
Yo.
towards the end of the questions, and then we'll hop on to the rapid fire round. I
Oh,
think two,
really?
two, two. Yeah, yeah, very
What's the
fun.
gift hamper there? Yeah.
Gift hamper? No, no gift
Kidding.
hamper. After you come back to Bombay, I'll take you out for dinner or something.
Sweet. Let's do that.
What is the ultimate direction you follow when you're writing your own songs? Say you have an idea and you are expanding on that idea. What is the direction that you like to follow?
Again, I think I have an idea already when I'm writing a song.
Oh, you
That's
do?
just, yeah, that's just a way I think, because it so happened for so many times that I was
Yeah.
trying to write a funk song and it ended up being a heavy metal song. I was losing
Yeah.
track. So what I do
Yeah.
try to rather at least do now is focus
Focus.
about the
Yeah.
thing I really want to do and
Yeah.
the way I want to sound like.
Yeah.
So yeah, and with the flow, I would say that I keep on writing parts, develop everything. I work this way and I also work backwards, where I know how the entire project should sound like. And
Hmm.
then, let's say I have drums, I have bass, I have guitars. Now I'll try to fill everything underneath that with
Right.
effects, with
Mhm.
synths, with production,
Yeah.
and then a lot to do in the mixing as well, which I also do at certain stage,
Yeah.
because then I know this is how it's gonna be sounding. but then
Yeah.
I'll give it to the mixing engineer to make it sound cleaner, better,
Right.
whatever. So
Hmm.
I think, yeah, I work both ways that way. I
Yeah.
know what my direction
It
is, and
depends with circumstances
correct.
also, I
And when
guess.
I'm writing a song, I already have musicians in mind. To be honest,
Oh,
when I otherwise it just doesn't work. To be very honest, when I'm
yeah.
writing a
Now
song,
I do too. Yeah.
I knew that it has to be you. Otherwise, no one else can actually play that. Or
Right.
even if someone plays better, it
I'm like,
won't
yeah,
be
right.
you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
and come on. Correct. I mean, yeah, I mean, with every musician, I guess. So, I mean, let's say when I wrote a song, I mean, so this song which you played, Marco Miniman is also a part of
Right.
it. He played the
Right.
drums. So I knew his style and he just did his thing.
Yeah,
And
everybody's special in their own way. They have
correct.
their, chops. They have their own chops.
And I'm
By
so
chops, I
happy
don't
that I
mean
could,
gimmick. It just means
no,
like
no, it's their sound.
speciality. It's the
It's their signature.
speciality. It's like,
Exactly.
there's a dish and this is chicken tandoori and
Come
it
on, I knew this would
yeah.
go to a freaking food zone. It just
But
happened
don't
so.
you agree? Like, this is,
Exactly, I do
yeah,
agree.
it's
So when
special.
you're ordering, let's say chicken butter masala, you know how it will come like. It'll be little
Yeah.
different, but then you know how it will be like, right?
Yeah,
So
because it is special in
correct, correct.
itself.
So that's what
Yeah.
you already know it. So I mean, exactly, and that's what I mean. When I wrote a song, I already knew that this would be played by Kaz if he wants to
Yes.
play it, and he said yes, of course. It's I played one song for him in his album,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
new album.
It was like a good
So
dealership you guys had.
yeah, it's like yeah. Well, it's only about the music though. And
Yeah.
again, I mean the song which I did with Gergo and Anton,
Yes.
I knew what side I was taking, so I
Correct.
was even producing the drums to an extent so that he understands everyone else to
Right.
understand that
And
where
let's
or
talk
what
about
I
the
kind of
song
want.
that you just released called Dawning.
It's a fun song. I mean, this song actually we took it more like um
How was that made?
um so I wrote the A section. I mean, I kind of wrote the whole section, all the sections to be honest. But she came up with this beautiful lyrics for the B section and the melody too. So it's
Hmm.
a we both kind of composed together, and
Beautiful.
I did the production and we thought of how to do the video, and I edited the video with her help with a lot of
Right.
ideations and stuff. So
Amazing.
I think, yeah, it was a great thing to do as a duo together, where we do
Right.
everything from the scratch to the end.
Right.
And yeah, it was an amazing journey that way to write the whole
Amazing,
song,
amazing.
and
It's
it was fun.
beautiful. I love that song. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you so
For
much.
people out there who haven't heard the song, I'll probably put a link down in the description below, and you guys can click on the link and see this video. It's beautiful. The song is amazing. And kudos to Ridu and Anna. Lots of love to you. And yeah, please go check out this song. It's amazing.
So sweet. Thank you
Um,
so much.
Now, talking about your song a little bit. Sorry, not song. We just spoke about the song. Your sound a little bit. Your sound a little bit. It's very
Yeah,
different, and everybody has their own tone. Own desired tone. Like if I'm playing on a song, and if you hear the bass, you will know that, oh, that's Mohini playing.
correct,
Or
correct,
if you're playing on a song, I know that's Ridu playing.
correct.
So what? Who were your major influences that made you have this voice you have?
Again, influences only helps you to a certain stage, but after that you do develop it
Yeah,
all by yourself.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
I think I
so
started
this
off with
question is kind of two ways. So you
correct,
answer
correct,
your major influences, and then the second one, what the approach that you had towards building your voice.
correct. I mean, so the start was, I guess, definitely Steve Vai.
Hmm.
Um, and it went for many years how he would approach a song, and the best part of him is how philosophical he is. It's not
Oh
only playing
my
fast
God,
or gimmicks
he's
or everything.
amazing. Like
He
even
has
as
a
a
different
person.
correct, he has a different ideology of every song, and he has a deep story behind it. It's not only the playing, which I got to know much later, but I was already fascinated by his songs and playing. But then when you get to know about what he's trying to say, like I still remember, I mean, I heard this how he didn't he was starving for 4 days before he recorded For the Love of God. So
Wow.
it tells something, he really meant to say something with
Hard
it.
work pays off. Yeah,
It's
dedication pays off. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it was Steve Vai for I mean still now, but I mean at a later stage, a lot of other people came in action in terms of inspiring me.
Right.
uh, Tom Emmanuel on acoustic guitar, Andy McKee. I think
Right.
Guthrie was another really
Yeah.
guitar movement guy who changed
Yeah.
git how would I say, like a rock guitar player into a fusion guitar player, and
Right.
to
Right.
millions that would I
Yeah.
would say. So, but then the funny part was I really used to follow him in his interviews too, and he mentioned about all the musicians he got inspired from. So
Right.
what I was doing was I was actually going to his inspiration to actually check where he got those ideas from, and I was
Correct.
checking the route from where he got. And once you
Right.
go to that route, you actually see much more things happening in that
A broader
particular.
perspective. Yeah.
Correct. So I was trying to kind of collect all those information and transcribe and everything.
Right.
Um, so this was just from the guitar perspective, I would say. And then I had my tabla career, which was like I played tabla for about 11 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and playing tabla helped me so many ways to think about, to perceive things, and
Right.
to observe things in a very different way. I think
Correct.
that really helped, and I remember still how I used to watch Dave Eccles video. When I met him, we met him together, correct?
Yeah.
You played with him, correct?
Yes.
So, and that Delhi Fest, Delhi Jazz Fest,
Correct.
I opened,
Yes.
yeah, the
You
acoustic solo
opened
with him.
and then I
Correct,
was playing with Dave. Yes.
correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct. So that was
We've
the
had
gig. I mean,
such amazing encounters. It's so
yeah,
crazy.
true, true,
And I
true.
remember during NH7, I was playing with you, and then I went to Steve Vai.
Correct,
Oh
correct.
my
You
God,
were
to
running
perform
and
with
all.
him. Yeah, I was running like from backstage. Oh my
With
God, it was
the
crazy.
amp and the with the bass.
Hey, no, I'm थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया.
No,
कुछ
no, no,
भी
kidding.
कुछ भी कुछ भी मतलब इसीलिए बोलती हूँ ना तू टकला है इसीलिए
Duckly.
अंदर से.
Oh, come
No,
on.
but it was
Yeah, I
very.
think. Yeah, exactly. That's who we are. Again, see,
I
teamwork
remember
out there.
another
Check it
story.
out.
Another
That's what
story.
happens. I think
Another
this was the
story. During
longest time we actually talked so much. I don't think it
oh
ever
God,
happened in my life.
no, no, this is the first time.
Yeah.
The
Correct.
same day when we arrived, in that green room, because I had two green rooms, one Ridhu's and then Steve Vai's, right? So,
Correct. Correct.
so then, because the Steve Vai was closing, so I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna go hang out with them, and I'm like gonna, play with them. So I'm just there in their room, and I was playing, although I was only playing one song, but I was still
Correct.
there, right?
Correct.
Because Steve wanted to talk to me about how we're going to transition, and because we never did rehearsals,
Correct. Correct.
um so this story, and I am still mad about this at Ridu. I'm still mad at Ridu for this.
Come on.
I
I
wear
will
heels, right?
guess. How can
Everybody,
you be mad today,
I
at
wear
least?
heels, right? I wear heels, right? And I forgot my I think I forgot my heels in the car or something, and we could not reach the driver. So I was bare feet, and I was standing in that open ground with no shoes, no chappals, nothing. And I was like, Ridu, can you call this driver and just find out where he is? Because I can't go inside if I don't have shoes. And he's like, yeah, yeah, আমি দেখছি কোথায়. Like, I'm going to check where he is at. And then he goes and he does not return. Can you guys imagine? Like, he does not return for like over an hour or so. My
Man,
God.
but do you
I was just
remember
standing
it
there.
was the
It was so
network, the
sunny.
connection was so bad. It was
Bullshit.
just NH7.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they have. Come on,
This
trust
guy
me, I
was
won't
running behind
lie.
girls. Yeah.
What? No, come on, don't say shit. But yeah, I remember it was the bad connection, man.
1 hour किसी को connection नहीं होता है
I
ऐसा.
was walking to that guy to freaking find your shoes.
Oh, the truth is, he forgot actually that I was standing there. He forgot because a lot of people were approaching him and he was talking
Yeah,
to them. They were taking pictures and everything. And then when he came back, I was like, "Ti Anli, amar jutota." Like, the driver peli kichu একটা করলি. Like, did you find my shoes or did you find the driver? He's like, oh fuck. Okay, no slang. Oh shit,
uh,
I forgot. Because this is
give me
gonna
this.
go on YouTube.
I'll put a bip there. Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's what. Well, it was funny times, man. It were great times. Yeah,
Oh God.
that's some good moments.
Anyway, it was amazing to have you on my show, and it was a wonderful conversation. I mean, like I said, we only laugh, and this interview also became like a big laugh. I hope you
But
all
much less
enjoy.
than any other
Yeah, yeah.
conversations
We're,
we ever
we're
had.
still still kind of laid back because this is
Yeah.
gonna go on YouTube.
Voodoo,
So we're
voodoo,
still kind
voodoo.
yeah,
Yeah, that's.
doom laid back beat, yeah, backbeat kind of stuff we're doing right now. Yeah.
Uh,
But now we're gonna play this rapid fire of 5 questions, and you gotta be quick, okay? If you could switch to any other profession, what would it be? Can't be related to music.
football.
Football, okay. What annoys you the most?
When someone doesn't listen to me. Come on.
Pagal. What is the worst compliment you've received?
You can play slower.
You can play slower. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really have this thing which I really want to tell to a lot of people out there who are musicians. Less is less, more is
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Less is not more, it's just that less is also very important.
Yeah.
So let's not put it like less is more. I mean, I don't know, it's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's
you.
preferences. It's
Correct,
just
correct.
desires. Yeah.
I
It's
mean, you
people's
cannot
liking.
play like a one note solo over a metal track.
Yeah.
Like one note
Or a
samba.
three
You
note
can't do
solo or a
that.
two note solo. No, yeah, can't do
Yeah,
that.
and you can't actually play a lot of technical stuff in an emotional ballad song.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
again, you have to be very balanced with what you choose and what you want to
Yeah.
emote to other people.
And that maturity comes only after you play a lot of notes.
Correct,
You know?
correct. You know what to choose and what not
Yeah,
to choose.
exactly.
So I think,
And then
yeah,
it's our desire whether we want to play fast or we want to play
correct.
slow,
We
you
have
know?
both the options.
Yeah, we both
There are no
options. We
options.
can do both, duh.
Come on. I
Okay,
didn't add da, but yeah, da.
that's me, duh. Describe yourself in 4 words.
I can't count like that while describing myself, but
No, like four
uh,
adjectives. It has to be adjectives.
fun, musician, foodie, um, and life.
You're
Enjoying
alive.
life. Life.
Yeah,
Life.
you are alive. You are you saying you are alive or you like to
No,
enjoy life?
I mean, yeah, life has so many. I mean, I don't know how to put it in one word, but there are so many different aspects which comes into your life. I kind of love
Open mind,
being in all the parts of it.
open-minded, being open-minded
Yeah, you can put it that way. But
and
yeah, it's just
positive
like
towards everything. Yeah.
correct. I mean, everything has a different way, and it teaches you something which I really enjoy to learn,
Yeah.
and be a part of
You're
that whole
always
thing.
open to learn. Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
yeah, open mindedness on it.
Nice. Last one. Tell my listeners something that the whole world don't know about you. It could be anything like a habit or something that I don't know, something that you do before a gig. Like, some people like to pray, or some people like to, eat something before a gig, or like after the show, they like to thank, the higher power, or something, something that they don't know
The
that you do in
examples
daily
are
life.
so cool, man.
It's true because, people have
So
said
cool,
that
so
in
cool.
the interviews. Yeah.
Um, which people don't know about me is I actually spent more time on other things than music.
Really.
Exactly. Because
Like
this,
what?
at least in this lockdown, I was actually spending more time on video editing than music at all, to be very honest. But
Wow.
that teaches you so many things. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of try to get inspiration from other
I think a
sources
lot of people,
and
I
then
think
I
a lot
just
of
play
people
music.
have learned a lot of things in this pandemic situation, like
Correct.
learned a
So,
different language or started to, paint,
yeah,
uh, like
they
just
were just putting out their
explore.
heart out on something else other than their own profession.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
and in general, I actually do that. I don't spend, I mean, if anyone kind of hangs with me, they'll actually
Yeah.
know that I only play when I need to play. But all the other times are just different things, talking,
Yeah.
having a great time, and watching videos about something completely different. Then
Right.
I have specific time just to listen to album, to music, or let's say even me and Anna, we listen to music together sometimes,
Right.
watch
Right.
movies together, but then it's like some specific time. Other than that, it's completely out of different things which kind of motivates me. I mean,
Right.
I
Right.
as I've mentioned in other interviews too, to be very honest, I love watching MotoGP races and when Valentino Rossi's win. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that motivates me. That
Wow.
really motivates me because you see that he's winning the race and then you're
Start
happy
feeling that
about it.
emotion. Yeah.
Correct. He practiced
Yeah.
so much and is making other millions of people happy about it.
And then
What
you
is
it
it
makes you
doing?
want to get back to your instrument and play
Exactly.
and
That's
feel
what
that
I.
emotion. Yeah.
Correct. That's when I start playing. But before that, I'm actually getting motivated with different
Correct,
things
correct,
which are
correct.
so out of,
Same, same, same.
not related to music. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I do a lot of other things than music. People
Yeah,
who don't
that's
know about
nice.
it.
That's nice. Awesome. That was a great answer. That was a great interview overall. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you so much for calling me. Lovely to be on board on this platform. And great thing you are doing. Again, I want to be really appreciative about you. You again are proud of our own nation, and you are putting our flag to every other country and representing India in such a huge manner in the music scene and in the bass world, to be very precise. And it's a pleasure to play with you and a friend to have. It's an
Thank you
amazing
so
thing.
much. You too. And may you reach more heights and may we play together. I hope
Oh,
this whole pandemic
yes.
situation is over and we get to do many gigs. And
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much once again.
Likewise, thank you so much. Have a great day and hi and bye to all the people out there. Watch us, watch our music, follow us, and
And show
do the
lots
right
of
thing.
love.
Yeah.
And we love you all.
Yes.